Your assignment is to create a hero montage. As you can see, we have here Martin Luther King. If I click play,
that modern man suffers from a kind of poverty of the spirit. I still have a dream.
So what you see here is you have images that have transitions between them, and they move, and they are about one particular person, in this case Martin Luther King. This is kind of what you'll be creating, minus the video. You do not need, as it says here, your video does not need the video stuff. You're just doing the still images. So like this is a still image. This is a still image. So you're going to make something kind of like this about your hero. So in order to do this, you have to have several images. We'll talk about Ken Burns in just a second. You have to use this song. You have to have non-distracting transitions. Don't make crazy transitions where they like flip around and fly. It just is distracting. And you have to include at least one quote, like a quote or text of some kind. And please be tasteful. After that, we will submit to Google Classroom. To get started, first of all, what we need to do is find some images. So I'm going to go to Google. And let's go ahead and do Martin Luther King. One big hint here is when you go to find images, you want to go to Tools and Size and go to larger than 4 MP. You want big images. So we're going to take some of these big ones. The next thing is when I click on an image, I'm going to want to save it. In order to save an image, you will need to make sure that your extended home is open. So when I click on the Finder and it brings up my window here, I can go to Documents, and then my extended home should show up here. So yours will have your student number. Mine has my name because I'm a teacher. I'm going to go to Digital Lit, and in here I'm going to go ahead and make a new folder and call it MLK Pics. So I'm going to save all my pictures in here. So let's go ahead and find a picture. Take this one. I'm going to right click and view the image. I'm going to right click and save the image as. I'm going to put it in Documents, here, my Digital Lit, and then MLK Pics. So that's where I want to. I'm just going to go ahead and name this one 1. You can not change it if you want to, but I want to keep control of which one was first, second, third. So here's my first one. I can now go back. I can find another one. Right click, view image. Right click, save image as. Call this one 2, save. Back. Here. Oops. Here. Right click, view image. Oh, not copy image. View image. Right click, save image as. 3, save. Let's go back. Let's go with this one. Right click, view image, right click, save image as. 4. I'm going to do 5, so let's do one more. And let's do this one. Right click, view image. Now this one's really little. And so what's happening is it's actually from a site that the school is blocking. At least it looks like it. Maybe if I do it again. Oh, looks like I got it. So if you have trouble with the picture, just skip and move on. Looks like this one's actually working. Save image as, and 5. I have these pictures here. This is Martin Luther King. All right, so next thing I get to do is I get to open iMovie in Launchpad. You will be able to find iMovie. It looks like a purple star. Click on that. I hit continue. Now I have projects, and I can create a new project, which is what you're going to do. It's going to ask if you want a trailer or a movie. I want a movie. Trailer's like a movie preview. We're not going to be making those in here. And then I get to drag and drop clips in here. But first I need to import my media. To import means to bring in. So I'm going to click Import Media. And then I'm going to go to my WPedit. Yours will be your student number. go to my digital lit folder, my MLK pics, and I have these ones here. If I hold down Shift, if I click the first one, hold down Shift, and then click the last one, I can select them all at the same time, and then import selected. Now I have my pictures in here. You'll see that they are uploading. Okay, here they are. And I can actually just select them all and drag them in here. So now I have them. And it's going to, by default, actually automatically put in this Ken Burns effect here, which is pretty cool. The problem is it may not be exactly the way I like it. If you want to make one longer, you can actually just extend the length of it, and it just becomes longer. And you can change them pretty easily. So right here, we're pulling out, but I actually want to zoom in. I want to like make the camera come in closer to him. So I'm going to make this a little longer, and I'm going to click on it. And then I'm going to come over here to where you see the crop sign. And see how it says Ken Burns? This is what we want. See how this says start? This is where the frame will start. This is where the frame will end. So I'm going to go ahead and make the ending one more on Martin. This is the ending one, and make it more on Martin Luther King here. I want his hand in there. And the starting one, I'm going to make it bigger. Try not to get off of the picture, otherwise you have a weird black space on your image. So now if I click, you'll know that it actually zooms in just like I wanted it to. And it looks very purposeful. I will be able to tell if you do not change it because it needs to look purposeful. This one kind of zooms in weird onto Martin Luther King, so I'm going to extend this a little bit too. Click here, go to Ken Burns. Again, we can pull out, that's fine, we can pull out. But if it's going to do that, I want it to start more so it actually looks like it should be. And then I can go ahead and click over here and play it. See how it comes in nice and smooth? I like that, that's good. And you're going to do it for all of them, but you also have to have your song in there. So, yep, let's get that song. If I come back to my browser, you can see the song here. This is a little tricky, so be careful. I'm going to click on the song, and it's going to pull up. I pause it, and then I right-click on it, and I save audio as. I'm going to save the audio in my MLK Pics. It's called Big Hero Memorial Music. I hit save. Now I can go back to iMovie, and I can click this down arrow to import more footage or more stuff. I have the music here, and I hit import selected. Now I can take this and drag it down here. The length of my video should be the length of this entire song. But now, as you can see, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to add in a transition. My transitions are up here, and you don't want weird transitions. Honestly, you'll probably stick to these first three. These are probably just the best ones to stick with. Cross dissolve is nice. It just goes between the images. Cross blur has a cross blur effect I'll show you, and fade to black is just classic. So right here you can see the cross dissolve. It's a great effect. Here's the cross blur. I don't like that one quite as much. I think it's a little distracting, but it's not too terrible. And then fade to black. So that works, but it was a little fast. So I'm gonna, if I double click on the transition, I can make it longer. So if I make it 3 seconds, apply. So now, gave me more time. It just felt better. So make sure that it feels good. The cross dissolve is pretty safe. If you want to experiment with some of the other ones, that's just fine too. And maybe your hero is a crazy person that needs something a little different. And so if it fits, it fits. Just make sure it fits. Finally, you need to make sure that you have some text. So if I go to titles up here at the top, you'll see different text that you can have. I'm just going to go ahead and put in a standard text right here. And I can type in, I have a dream. I'm going to put it down here, Martin Luther King. King Jr. And this top one, I just want to have empty. So now it'll play. Again, not a bad idea to stick a transition in to something like that as well. So if I cross dissolve that, you'll see that that works. So you're welcome to play with the different titles. There's lots of different kinds of titles here. Try and make it classy, please, please. Try and make it classy. And that is your assignment. Make sure it fills the entire length of the song. I know it can seem a little long, but it's actually not too bad. It's only, what, like a minute and a half. When you're finished, you're going to go to File and Share, and you're going to send it to a file. So File, Share, File. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to Resolution. We're going to make it 720 because 1080 is going to be a really big file. Try and make it 720. Quality, let's just put it as medium. It looks like it's going to be about 90 megabytes for this one. Yours may be a little bigger. And then next, you're going to choose where to save it. You can save it probably on your file. If I click the down arrow, you can put it on your Digital Lit, MLK Pics. You can just save it in here if you want. You may want to call it MLK Movie, and then you hit save. When you do that, it's going to export it. You can see the little circle up here as it sends it out. And when that's finished, you can send that file to me via Google Classroom. And then your whole assignment's finished. Good luck.